welcome to another episode of Workflow Workshop. Today, we have a new guest joining us today, Mark Habberfield. Mark is a new guest to the podcast, but not new to the periphery. For those of you who don't know, DataCore had created a new division of periphery, and DataCore actually has acquired Object Matrix January of 2023. So now that the object matrix is fully integrated into the periphery line, we'd like to talk more about object matrix and where it fits in and how it could potentially solve user workflows and all the great things it can do. So without wasting too much time, let me pass it along to Mark. And Mark, please introduce yourself and talk a little bit more about object matrix.
Hi there, yes, I'm Mark Habberfield. I'm a Senior Solutions Architect for Object Matrix. Been with the company just coming up on 10 years now. And Object Matrix itself have been in the media industry for over 20 years, supplying secure object storage for many different workflows and many different media customers. The reason we joined up with the DataCore and into the periphery unit was to grow the business and to be able to supply a larger software stack for our customers. A little over 5 years ago, our CTO came to us with this idea of going to a containerized object storage. And we said, well, we're not quite sure our customers are asking us for that at the moment. And I guess now containerization is the way to go. And by bringing Object Matrix into the periphery world and teaming it up with the Swarm object storage and the OpenEBS object storage, we're really building a stack of applications and technology that is really going to bring together a superb product from periphery for the media industry. So, 20 years ago, my bosses started at EMC and they helped build the Centera product. They took that knowledge away and they built the object matrix storage, which we then listened to our customers. Our customers in the media industry drove what we did. We listened to what their feedback was, what they needed. We worked with partners in the industry that supply to all the media companies and the media workflows, and we made sure we would be able to work within those workflows. And what came out of that 20 years worth of development was actually a really, really media-focused object storage.
So, Mark, in your deep experience with Object Matrix coming over to Periphery, what type of workflows are you really excited to start tackling in the media side with these products merging together?
I think I'm just excited to be able to get, make sure our customers have more tools in their workflow set. The ability to use the Object Matrix Vision platform, our asset manager on top of the object store within Swarm is going to open up workflows for both the Swarm customers and the Object Matrix customers, because there'll be more options for them. Bring in the ability to use more processing where the data actually lives. I mean, Swarm gives us that small file performance that Object Matrix has never really had, but equally Object Matrix is going to bring the super fast video performance as well. That, the time to first byte in the middle of those videos in the way that Object Matrix works is really useful. And then let's not just forget all the legacy applications that work via the file systems, the Object-to-File that we've been very good at for a very long time. Bringing all of that knowledge to the Swarm workflows as well is really exciting. And then finally, just processing the data where it lives, not having to send off to cloud, pay expensive cloud prices to be able to then process the data, whether that's machine learning or AI. It's going to bring extra workflows to the customers without the need for extra heavy servers at the customer site. We're going to process it where they live, on their data, train it on their data. And I think just having that ability to bring those workflows in-house again is really going to help our media customers.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, the future of what we're seeing in terms of hybrid cloud is pretty ubiquitous from what I'm hearing across the board. It's, at one point it was everybody running to the cloud, moving away from just on-prem to now everybody's realizing, oh, I need a little bit of both, right? So
Yeah.
So, uh, Mark, historically, what has object matrix like? What were some of the or what are some of the big advantages of object matrix that customers utilize within their media workflows?
I think one of the biggest and best features of Object Matrix is just the simplicity it brings to the end users. We turn up, we put the object matrix in the rack, you turn it on, and you're ready to go. You are away. You create a few buckets, you decide which applications you're going to use with them, and away you go. You've got them plugged straight into your media workflows. Whether that's simple linking tools, whether that's transcoding it where it lives, whether that's just ingest, adding extra metadata during your ingests, or even viewing them on the fly, just doing little previews of the proxies to decide and process it. Sit at home, working away on your assets, do all your subclips, come in the next day, work on the final assets and the originals. Key features like being an ingest point where we can choose to lock those assets for a certain amount of time, and then also being a transient point during the nearline workflow or an archive as well, an active archive, making sure that people make the most of those archives without worrying about how quickly they can get it back. They haven't got to wait hours or days to get it back from wherever it's been stored. And I think I appreciate that a cold archive has had a bit of a resurgence recently with the power um, crisis going on. Suddenly, everyone's looked at that as well. But I think we're coming out the back of that again, and people are realizing that the the systems are getting more efficient. Sustainability is big in our industry, and with the move to the bigger disks, with the move to even bigger SSDs coming out, we're going to see drastic reductions in the power that the object storages use as well. So I think bringing back to that, the active archive, nearline workflows, and just the security of the data is what's important to our customers and the big advantages.
mm. So you talk a lot about the kind of what people are looking at and what we're seeing in the future. So I know everybody's heading to IBC next week. So what are you excited for there? What do you see is going to be the hot trend? Tell us a little about what you're expecting for next week.
Well, we're in a bit of a consolidation mode at the moment within the media industry, aren't we? There's a lot of changes from the traditional platforms to DVD to SVOD to the fast channels, and that means that we're seeing a lot of consolidation. People aren't almost processing as much; they're just taking the video, rapid change, get it out on TV before anyone else can. And I think again, it's that consolidation where you keep it all on a nice enclosed system, but then have all your tools work on it nice and simply. And that's the trend I think we're going to see a lot of. And I think, again, sustainability is the other thing that's hitting our industry and quickly.
So, kind of to summarize, Mark and Jordan, what you guys just mentioned, obviously we're super excited that Object Matrix has joined the Periphery line. I personally see a lot of cool things coming as the integration of different products within Periphery portfolio, like the Swarm and the Object Matrix and OpenEBS and the whole containerization of Object and the simplicity, as Mark you have mentioned, that's huge for the customer, right? Having the ability to quickly uh, bring their active archive online and having the ability to ingest content directly through an archive, delivery, processing at the edge, doing all these cool things. I definitely see a lot of really cool things coming together in a very short while. And to quickly transition to the next week, obviously we have IBC coming on, and we will have a booth at IBC. And Jordan and I will not be joining, unfortunately, IBC, but Mark will be. So, Mark, a couple of words on the booth number. What's going to be shown at the booth? Any cool things customers who will be joining IBC should be looking for and coming to see you, of course.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're in Hall 7, stand D18, and yes, please do come along and visit us. We have full demo setups. We have Object Matrix. We have several swarms. We have all of the Object Matrix suite of applications being demonstrated, all the integrations, all of the hybrid modes where we can use our tools to tier between Swarm and Object Matrix, and Object Matrix and back to Swarm again. Not to mention a few of these cool new things coming through as well on the actual booth itself. We have a couple of good demo stations. We have a host of colleagues from around the world who will be there um, solving workflow problems for anyone who visits.
That's what it's all about, right? Solving the end user problems and doing it quickly, simply. All right, cool. So, any more thoughts, input, Jordan, before we kind of start to wrap things up?
No, this is great. I'm looking forward to the combination of the products, and also solving those future future workflow needs of the customers. I mean, that's the most fun part of the job, right? So putting puzzles together.
Awesome. So yeah, we kind of going to wrap up this episode, and definitely stay tuned for the next episode. Once the ABC can is done, and we can decipher everything that took place there, all the cool new things that are on the horizon for the M&A industry, and obviously Mark will fill us in on all the cool things that he is going to see there, and we'll bring it back on the next episode and talk more about it, and we'll talk obviously what's next for the periphery division. And yeah, so stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon.